My name is Christian with Ace Appliance out of Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. So today we're going to be working on a Whirlpool direct drive top load washing machine. The customer's complaint is the lid was slammed down and it broke the lid switch. You can see the wires here just dangling. So to replace the lid switch, so the tools you will need for this repair is a number 2 Phillips drill bit or screwdriver, a 5/16 drill bit, a 5/16 nut driver, a flat blade screwdriver, and a flashlight. So there's 2 1/4" screws back here that hold the top console to the cabinet. They're Phillips style number 2 screws. And the other side also. So once you remove the screws, make sure it's unplugged. Go ahead and there's a little I guess clips here, not clips, I guess little inserts that insert into the cabinet itself. You want to go ahead and lift towards yourself and I guess turn it back. Once you do that, you can go ahead and move the washer back to give yourself a little more space. So there's 2 clips on each side. Best thing to use is a flat blade screwdriver. Put it in there, just push back. It's that easy to pop it off. So once you remove the clips, there's a Molex connector that for the lid switch here. You want to go ahead and remove the clip. Now the Molex connector for the lid switch is still in place. There's 2 tabs, one on each side. You want to go ahead and push in and then push the whole connector inside the cabinet. Now there's 2 Phillips number 2 screws on the side of the cabinet here that hold the lid switch in place. You want to go ahead and remove those. Set them aside, don't lose them, you'll need them for later. Now, since you have the clips removed, this cabinet actually will tilt towards you. Now, because of the limited space, we're just going to leave it in place how it is. Okay, so there's one 5/16 screw that holds the ground wire in for the lid switch itself. You want to go ahead and remove it. Once it's removed, there's 2 wire clips that hold the wiring to the side of the cabinet. So go ahead and just pull on the clips until you can remove the wiring. So this is the old lid switch here that we just removed. Alright, so to install the new lid switch, first thing I usually do is go ahead and plug in the Molex connector in the slot on the cabinet. Next thing is, what I'll do is I'll just leave the switch itself dangling while I put in the wiring where it's supposed to go on those wire clips. Alright, now before you put the cabinet back onto the back bulkhead, don't forget to reinstall the 5/16 screw for the ground wire. Alright, so once you have everything in the location except the switch itself because of the tight quarters working in, you want to go ahead and put the shell, the cabinet shell, back on to the frame. Once we have that in place, or at least somewhat in place, we can go ahead and line up the switch with the holes to reinsert the screws. So once you have the switch inserted correctly, you want to go ahead and make sure the cabinet is lined up still. Now make sure the cabinet is on there properly, or else when it goes into the spin cycle, it will go off balance. Reinsert the clips, putting them in the holes and pushing down. Reinsert the Molex connector for the lid switch. And go ahead and tilt the console towards you, line it up with the holes. Once you have the cabinet on correctly, you can go ahead and reinstall the 2 screws that hold the console to the cabinet itself. And that's how you replace the lid switch successfully. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.